Hello, brothers and sisters. Really quick video. I just want to come to expose the demonic doctrine of once saved, always saved, and that you cannot be justified by your works because you're trying to perform your way into heaven and God ain't having it. Okay, here's why that's a demonic lie. Hebrews 10:26 says, to continue to willfully, deliberately practice sin once knowing the truth and being told the truth, but you push the truth aside and you continue in your deliberate sin, there's no more sacrifice left for you. So you don't have no grace. You don't have no salvation. Secondly, salvation is a gift from God through faith in Jesus Christ. Okay, you can look that up. Let's talk about what faith in Jesus Christ looks like. Faith in Jesus Christ comes with obedience. You do what he tells you to do. You believe what he says. So when Jesus tells you in John 14:15, if you love me, follow my commandments, what do? You follow his commandments. And you don't say, I can't be justified by my works. Okay? Jesus also said that in Matthew 7:13, that the pathway which leads to hell is broad and many people are on it. But the pathway which leads to hell is broad and many people are on it. But the pathway which leads to heaven is narrow and few people find it. Why would he tell us that if all everybody has to do is say, hey, sign me up, I believe in Jesus, I know he died on the cross, get baptized, go to church, and I use the word church very loosely, and then they're good to go. You don't have to watch how you live, you can do what you want to do. Doesn't make any sense, does it? God did not send Jesus to die on the cross for us to have a holiday festival of sin, doing what we want to do. And then when someone addresses us about our sin, we say, I can't be justified by my works. You want me to perform my way to heaven? Doesn't make any sense, does it? Here are some examples, because when we put this thing into context, you'll see how stupid it looks and sounds. Hey, Sister Johnson, hi, how you doing? We're living in the end times. Jesus is coming back soon. And, I really care about you. And I know that you claim to be a Christian. Yeah, okay. I thought you were. God doesn't like adultery and fornication. So I just wanted to let you know that so that you'd be aware of that. Sister Johnson says, well, I can't be justified by my works. So I'm going to continue to fornicate and commit adultery. Okay, Sister Johnson, but in Revelation 21:8, Jesus said that all liars, murderers, fornicators, adulterers, idolaters, cowardly, sorcerers would have their place in the lake of fire. Well, I can't be justified by my works, so I don't have to worry about it. Okay. Hey, brother Williams, God doesn't like when you steal. I know you told me yesterday that you've been, lying on your taxes and cheating people, in your businesses. Well, that's stealing, and it's also lying, and that will lead you to the lake of fire. Well, we all sin, and we can't be justified by our works. Well, in Revelation 21:8, Jesus said that all liars, murderers, fornicators, adulterers, idolaters, the cowardly, fornicators will have their place in the lake of fire. And I just want to let you know, in case you weren't aware of that, because I care about your soul. Well, we can't be justified by our works, so I'm good to go. I believe in Jesus. Okay, I'll be praying for you, brother, but just think about what I've said to you and pray to God about it, because it will lead you to the lake of fire according to Jesus and according to what he said in Revelation 21:8. That's what Jesus said, so. Okay. And now they tell you the things that you do because you love God and honor God. Now I'm talking about us, the people that love Jesus and follow him and obey him because we honor him. We fear God like he told us to. We don't want to play with that. You know what I'm saying? We're going to obey because we don't want the repercussions. And we also love and honor him because we want him to be pleased with us. We love him. And we know that he inhabits the praises of his people, and he loves obedience. Okay? So we do what we do for God because of that. But the people that don't love God for real, they like to say, we can't be justified by our works. They don't love him. Because here's the other example that I always use, and I'm going to end this video. So when your kid falls and scrapes their knee horribly on the ground, and you go and nurture them and you wash off their wound and put Neosporin and then put a Band-Aid on it, are you trying to be justified by your works? Are you performing your way to heaven? Or are you operating out of a heart posture of love and concern for that child? Okay? When you go to work every day and you pay the bills and you cook and you buy groceries and you maintain a household, are you trying to be justified by your words? Or are you doing those things because you love your family and you want to provide for them? See, you got to make it make sense. When you put these things into context, brothers and sisters, you see how ignorant and ridiculous the once saved, always saved sounds, and you can't be justified by your works, how ridiculous that sounds. Because God calls us to live holy and be holy because he is holy. That was a direct commandment. Jesus said, be holy because I am holy. What does holy mean? Being set apart, sanctified for God, not for yourself. When we do what we want to do, that is idolatry, it's disobedience, it's fornication, it's idolatry, it's sexual immorality, all those things that we like to do that we don't want nobody to tell us about. And then we say, well, we can't be justified by our works. That is demonic. It is deliberate, willful, prideful rebellion. So I think I've said enough. Hebrews 10:26 tells you that you don't have grace covering you when you willfully walk in deliberate sin and you don't turn from it. You don't repent, which means to change your mind, go the other direction as it relates to your sin. We will sin and we will mess up. Let me make that very clear. I'm not preaching perfection and all that. I'm saying be conscientious of how you live. Live circumspectly as we are called to live as true followers of Christ. Okay? Revelation 21:8 is not joking and it's not playing with us. Hell is for real. And not only do we not know when Jesus is coming back, but we don't know when we're going to take our last breath. We don't know if the next 5 minutes is promised to us. So we must live circumspectly and walk out our salvation with fear and trembling, as Paul warned us in the Bible. So brothers and sisters, I'll be coming with more videos like this to expose the demonic doctrine of once saved, always saved, and you can't perform your way to heaven. Those of us that truly love Jesus and follow him, we honor him with our life. We honor him with our hearts and with our actions and what we do and what we don't do and how we move out here because we represent him. And we want to represent him well. Not only that, but we want him to be pleased with us. So on Judgment Day, he can say, well done, thy good and faithful servant. Have a blessed day.